You ready?
I'll be your Huckleberry. Woo!
Oh, you would have got me. You were in quick draw mode,
I was
though.
in quick draw mode.
I wasn't. Didn't even get open.
Doc knows.
Doc Holliday does know.
Yeah.
Great movie. Go watch if you haven't. Tombstone. Classic.
Yep. We'll be your Huckleberry, YouTube.
Welcome back, YouTube. Big time, guys. We're here to talk about a new product that Leatherman has dropped and kind of a history of how we got here along the way. Rufus, you want to start us off? What do we have on the table here?
Listen, big time guys, we're going to assume that you know what a Leatherman is and you were around for the original Leatherman tool.
Which was called the tool. That's it.
That's it. You probably also have a Leatherman Wave. The Wave and the Wave Plus, these were kind of the go-to, biggest, most popular selling Leathermans. And what did they do, Rick? Why was the Wave so much better than the tool?
Well, they did what everybody was asking for. They put the knives and the important bits on the outside. So no longer did you have to open your Leatherman to get to a knife to open a package or similar. So the only thing left on the inside were some pliers and
some pry bars.
And some pry bars of all different sizes. They make a pry bar that looks like a screwdriver. They make a pry bar that looks like a flathead screwdriver in here.
Yep.
This one's quite not worn in enough. And they also have scissors in here.
Yeah. Which you use as a pry bar.
Use as a pry bar.
What they did also on the Wave is they made interchangeable bits.
Yes.
And so if you were the kind of person that your only tool was the Leatherman, you could then go buy all their bits and have every kind of bit under the sun on your Leatherman and be, that's not really me because I just lose the bits.
I would lose them too.
But I can certainly appreciate that if you had to carry one of these on your belt every day and this is all you had with you,
yep,
maybe having 3-bit sets of all kinds of variety would helpful. Well, Leatherman obviously knew they had a hit on their hands with the Wave. They started to expand their products. Where did they go?
Well, they came up with this, which is called the Leatherman Crunch. It kind of looks a little bit like the original tool in that there's nothing on the outside except for this little knob we'll get to in a second. But while Leatherman was counting all their money after they made the Wave, they launched this. And so a lot of people are familiar with regular pliers, but they put locking pliers in your pocket.
Yep.
Also, you might know them as vice grips. The only downside, which you'll see here in a minute, is it's a little bit of an operation to open up.
Okay.
So if you'll bear with me, I'm gonna do that here live.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Please.
So it's very simple. You just have to take it all apart.
Okay.
You gotta move the jaws to where you want them, and then you gotta take this little bit.
Oh yeah.
And you gotta put it in there.
It's like an origami piece.
And then you have to open this up, and then your pliers are ready to go. Your vice grips. So if this was your second, third, fourth Leatherman, I could see it. Definitely not a first Leatherman choice for me.
Definitely not if you need pliers fast.
Right.
If there was some kind of roadside bomb and you had to cut the red wire, you're not getting these out. You're going to grab traditional Leatherman.
You'd hope so. They did put some tools on the inside just because they had the space. But if you're opening this to get to a knife,
the bomb's gone.
You're having a bad day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you just needed the knife open, what's in the way?
Oh yeah, and then you're gonna cut your hand on the blade as you screw it back the other way.
Exactly.
So a neat idea, but maybe not the one tool you would carry with you if you had just one tool.
Yeah, awesome for what it does. Cool that you get a little pair of vice grips in your pocket, but definitely not.
As they kept going on the Wave, I think they found a hit on their hands with what they call the Wingman. And what I like about the Wingman is it's a lighter version of the Wave, and the pliers are spring-loaded. Man, that makes a huge difference. Like, you can go all snapping turtle, they're spring-loaded. They've kept it simple. They've got a knife and a pair of scissors on the outside. The scissors are actually really, really great. The inside, one thing I like about it, and you can feel either way, since I'm not a bit kind of guy, they've got real screwdrivers, real pry bars here on the inside. And
not interchangeable pry bars.
Not interchangeable. And so these things can do some damage. And, they've got this interesting kind of hookaroony here. And I like this. Again, there's kind of a couple ways to carry Leathermans, right? People put them in the pouch. They put them on their belt. They've come out with the pocket clips, or you can just throw them in your pocket. I love keeping one of these in a bag with the pocket clip on it, grab it, and go. The Wingman is probably my favorite. If I was going to carry one on my person every day, you know, I'm not getting into crazy stuff that I don't have a big toolbox for. So the Wingman would get me out of trouble, and that's the one I would carry every day. Well, I think Leatherman got a little greedy because they said, hey, not only can we make tools pliers, we can make like knives that have multi-tools on them. I don't even know what this is called.
I think it's called a miss. They missed on that one.
If big time guys, if you're carrying these, please let us know. But why you wouldn't just pick up a knife and a Leatherman, I'm not sure. There's no redeeming features about this thing, whatever this.
And where are you clipping it to? Where are you clipping a pocket knife to?
Yeah, absolutely.
It has a pocket clip. We just don't understand. Let us know.
But one tool they've got that's been pretty successful is another pair of pliers that has a clip on it, and it's called a Skeletool. And I think this is their answer to lightweight pliers to take in, you know, maybe if you're one of those ultralight backpackers or something. It's got the interchangeable tools. It's got a fairly good knife blade on it. And so if you were going to go out in the wilderness and you were only going to take one thing, you clip this on your bag, or maybe it's on your mountain climbing harness, I could see a use for this. But it's fairly it's not big time compared to the Wave.
It's basic.
It's fairly basic, and when you look at the size of the pliers compared to these pliers, I think you know what is kind of more heavy duty, if you will.
Well, if you see all these lightning holes, I think they went for lightweight and
fast.
And if that's what you need, great.
That's what you need.
Great.
Now, here's the thing. I've heard they've got a new Leatherman, which is what we're here to talk about today. And I hear if you were stuck in a cave, this is the one you would want. And James Franco recommends this Leatherman.
This is the Leatherman that James Franco wishes he had.
Yeah.
To cut off his arm.
What's it called?
This is the Leatherman Arc. This is the new offering from Leatherman. We've kind of gone all the way to the other end of the spectrum from their original offering of the tool. But their big kind of advertisement with this is that you get a knife with a new kind of steel. It's no longer the regular stainless steel that came with the Leatherman.
Yeah, the knives are not really the greatest thing on the Leathermans. I always carry a separate pocket knife.
I do too. But for that reason, Leatherman's included magnet cut steel on the knife here. Hold up a little bit better blade retention.
Better edge retention.
Yeah, sorry, edge retention, durability. Really a step in the right direction. But the big feature about this that's, they've kind of been progressing towards is that everything except the pliers is on the outside. And so all of your files, your scissors, your pry bars of different shapes are all on the outside. And so the only reason why you have to open this is for the pliers.
So it took over 20 years to get from the tools are on the inside, and now the tools are on the outside.
Yeah, you might take that long if you're counting their pile of cash. But I want you, because I think it's a better experience than any of these others. So I want you to open this Leatherman for us for the first time.
Yep.
Live.
Yeah, this is not mine. I don't have one of these things. So okay, let's see. Which way does it open? Oh, I mean the action is unbelievable.
They really got it right. Whenever you first got a Leatherman Wave, or any of them for that matter, the Surge included, you always had to break it in like a baseball glove. I mean, it was not ready to go. It was always very stiff. So this is fresh out of the box, hasn't been used much, ready to go.
The pliers look exceptional. It's got Made in the USA right on it.
Yep.
They've got a great warranty, right? Leatherman's always been known for their warranty.
Yeah, their warranty is amazing. If you are using one of these improperly at 11:30 at night and you're finding creative ways to curse at your project and you break it, Leatherman won't ask any questions, and they'll fix it or send you a replacement.
It looks like it's got most of the tools from the Wave on this guy. The same. It's pretty much the same standards. Oh, it's got this kind of little knife thing on it. I like that.
Yeah.
A little kind of knife looking thing. That's kind of neat. So, but it looks like primarily same tools. You still got your, I'm going to change the bit sets out, right, on your screwdriver. You use your existing Leatherman bits, I imagine.
Yep, comes with a set already too.
And all the tools lock, which is really nice. Now, so I bet there's 2 downsides, but I'm going to bring up my first downside.
Okay, go ahead.
If this was in your pocket,
Yeah.
and you had like Mamba wrappers in your pocket, or you were at the beach,
yeah,
I bet stuff gets in the tools a little bit more than the Wave.
Yeah, probably.
So I think that's a downside. I've heard about these on the internet. I mean,
what have you heard?
The action is incredible. I mean, these are evolutions. This is a game changer. This is like 100% a change of tool. But what I hear about the internet is it's also an expensive situation. Can we go through price on some of these?
Yeah. So the Wave Plus.
What your original Wave cost you back in 2005?
I think I bought that one for like $130.
120, yeah.
The Crunch is also $125 or so. The Wingman, I think, is the best value on this table at about $80.
Yeah, what's the skeletal run?
I think it's the same ballpark, about $80.
Yeah. What's the new? What's their new offering?
The Arc, it's like $200-something.
How much?
It's like $200-something.
I think it's $230 is what I've heard on the internet.
But it's a little bit more expensive, but you get that crisp new action, and you get a knife that has an adult steel on it, not just your basic run-of-the-mill. So it's a little more expensive, but you get a little bit for it.
So you could have 2 of these for kind of one of those. Is that what you're thinking?
But right. I think I'd rather have this than
2 of these?
Than 2 of those.
Okay. Well, what I would say, big time guys, is I think the Arc is, or we think the Arc, if you need a Leatherman every day, this is your multi-tool that's on your belt that you're using all around your job, the Arc is the one to use. If you're pulling this out every day or multiple times a day, the Arc's the one to have.
Couldn't agree more.
The Wingman is probably your occasional
casual user.
I just want to, I'm a casual user. I don't need the best class. It's a fantastic Leatherman. The spring-loaded pliers are second to none. I think this is your what most people probably need, right? Crunch. This is your specialty user.
Yeah, you've got to have 2, 3 Leathermans already. This is just icing on the top, just a nice to have.
Or maybe you're really into EDC, and with your 26 EDC knives and flashlights, this is just a part that goes on your collection.
Yeah, you would hardly notice. Big
time guys, we're going to assume you have a Wave. We're going to assume that the Wave has been your Leatherman for forever.
It's your standard issue. Everybody has one.
And so the Arc is a significant upgrade if you need to make that upgrade. Who's getting the skeletal?
Somebody going for a quick hike.
Yeah, it's quick hike, lightweight, clip into things. And then who's getting the Leatherman knife?
I hope nobody. I hope nobody.
They should just stop selling that.
Well, YouTube, which Leatherman besides the Wave are you carrying? Are you going for the new Arc? Are you a fan of maybe one of these other ones on the table? Let us know. We'd also like to take this moment to reach out to James Franco. James Franco, we saw that you had to cut your arm off with a subpar multi-tool. So we at Big Time Guys would like to reach out to you and your people and send you this Leatherman Arc free of charge. So get in contact with us, and we'd love to send this to you. Thank you guys for stopping by.